Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we will discuss the third category of flow of execution as per book, which is loop constructs or loop. And in loops, we'll primarily cover two loops, for loop and while loop. For the for loop, one should know what is the range function, what it does. To start with, the first code I've written here is to help you understand what is the range function and what it is output. So in the first code, you can see here range bracket 1 comma 10. So these are the arguments, and this is then typecast to form a list stored in X. So X is a list here, and then it is printed. Likewise, range 1 comma 10 comma 2 is a list which is Y and is printed here. So let me run through this and then we can discuss. Okay. So this is the example here. So range 1 to 10 will give us an output. That is, it will list down all the numbers from 1 to 10. So 1 to 10 means 1 is inclusive and 10 is exclusive. So excluding 10. So in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And since it is a list, it is under the brackets. Y again is from 1 to 10 range with a step size of 2. That means 1. Then with the step of 2, it becomes 3, 5, 7, and 9. All right. Now in this example, 0 to minus 9 and step minus 1. So we can also go in the negative direction on the number line. So 0, minus 1, minus 2 till minus 8. This is printed as Z. The other way to look at range function in context to for loops is here in the last two lines where a for loop is written for I in range 10 print I. So it will iterate over the range output. So that means first value of I is 0, which is printed here. Then it will change to 1, which is printed here. Likewise until it reaches n, which is 10 here or 9. So here it forms an iterable. The output of range function forms an iterable. Okay, now we'll move ahead and deep dive into the for loops here. Now for loop here is this loop creates a number table. So let's say the first line will prompt the user to input a number, and then it will form a table of that number. For I in range 1 to 11, that means it will iterate I from I till 10, 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And while it does that, it will also multiply it by number 1, which is entered by the user. So for example, if I enter 5, so first it will print 5 into 1, then 5 into 1 is 5, then it will print 5 into 2 is 10, likewise. So if I enter 5 here, you can see. So this is what for loop does. Now taking second example here and leveraging the range function also in for loop with the step size of 2 that we saw in the first example. Here what we are trying to do is we are trying to find out sum of odd numbers between 1 to 20. Now for that, to store the sum here, we initialize a variable x to 0. So in this example here, when I is 1, x is 0, then 0 is equal to 0 plus I, which is 1. So first number becomes 1. Then I iterates to 3 because we have step size of 2. So 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Show you this. So 1 plus x is 0 here, 1. Now x becomes 1 and I becomes 3. So 3 plus 1, 4. So basically we are adding the sum of all odd numbers here until it reaches 19, right? Why 19? Because it has to go, in maximum it can go to 20, but with a step size of 2. So after 19 it will go to 21, which it will not allow. Okay. So this is all for loops. In the next clip, we'll cover the while loops. Okay. Thank you for joining. See you next class. Bye bye.